Hey y'all, it's Maya here, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 different Pinterest graphics that you can create in Canva. So here are the 3 graphics we're going to create. The first is a photo with text on top. The second is a photo with text underneath in kind of a blocked layout. And the third is just a solid colored background with the text. Now you might be aware that there's lots of Canva templates for Pinterest that you can get online, but it's also really easy to make your own in Canva for free like I'm about to show you today. And even knowing how to create Pinterest templates in Canva will help you to customize any pre-built templates that you get. So let's get started. I do have Canva Pro and I'm logged into my account, so there might be some photos or fonts that you see in this video that are only available in Canva Pro, but that's not really a big deal. You can make Pinterest graphics with the free version of Canva. First thing we need to do is create a new document. So I'm going to click this Create a Design button, and then I'll choose Custom Dimensions. Now, in the past, people would always say that you should make your Pinterest graphic 600 pixels by 900 pixels, and I've read that now Pinterest says it's okay to use 1000 pixels by 1500 pixels, just as long as you stay to that 2:3 ratio. And I found that my Pinterest graphics have they're better quality when I make them that little bit larger size. And so today I'm going to be making my pin graphics the size 1000 by 1500 pixels. And then I'll click Create Design. And let's pretend that I have a gardening blog and I wrote a blog post about how to grow sunflowers at home. And now I want to create a pin graphic for that. So I want to find a picture of some sunflowers. And I like this one. I already chose my photos ahead of time, so they showed up in my recently used area. So I'll just drag this over and size it so that it fits into the canvas nicely. And then on this background with the colors in the photo, it would be kind of hard to read text over top of it, and so I'm going to create a color overlay, and I'll do that by going to Elements and then choosing a square. And then again, I'll just resize this so that it's fitting the whole canvas. And then let's change the color. One neat thing about Canva now is they'll show you colors in the photo that you can use. And so I like this green, but we still want the photo to show through some. So I'm going to go over here to this transparency option and make this rectangle, this green rectangle, somewhat transparent so that our photo still shows through some. And let's see, do I like that green better or this green? Let's go with this green, it's a little brighter. And now I'm going to create a white frame around the pin to kind of draw the eye in. And to do that, I'll go to Shapes and let's click See All and scroll down until I see this square frame with the empty center, and let's change it to white. And I want my lines to be a little thinner than they are, so I'll drag it down a little and then use the center handle to drag it up to resize it to fit the canvas better. Okay, I'm thinking something like that. And now I'll just drag it to center it in the canvas. If you'll notice, you can see those pink lines. The solid lines means that it's centered completely in the canvas. Now let go. And it's time to write our text. So I'll choose this text option. And for now I'll just click add a heading. And I'm going to make it a little bigger just so I can see what I'm doing. And I like the font Oswald for this example. And let's change the text color to white so you can see it better. And now I'll write how to grow. And I'm going to be writing my title in separate text boxes, and I'll show you why in just a second. Here's a quick shortcut. If you want your text to be in all caps, just click this uppercase button. And now I'm going to copy this text box by hitting Command C or Control C on Windows. It's Command C on a Mac. And then Command V for Mac to paste, or Control C on Windows. And I'll drag the text box down, and then I'll type the next line of my title, sunflowers. And let's add a little bit of spacing in between our letters just to increase the readability of the pen graphic. To do that, you'll click the spacing option and then go to letter and drag it out a bit. I think that looks nice. And it says it's at 78, well, maybe a little less. Let's try 60. I like that. And now I'll just go back, click sunflowers, and then go back to letter spacing, and I'll change that to 60 as well so that it matches. And now I like the style of text where each line is completely the same width. And so to do that, I'm going to take my sunflowers box and drag this bottom right handle out until a pink line shows to show me that it's completely meeting the end of the top line where the W in grow ends. And I've already dragged it all the way to the left before I did that to make sure it was meeting on the left side. And I also like this because when you break up your text into separate lines, you can pull out keywords to make them pop more. And so how to grow is on one line by itself, and then sunflowers is on one line, and because it's that one word by itself, it's larger to fill up the space, and it'll catch your eye more. So then when people are scrolling and they see the pen, they'll say, oh, here's something about sunflowers. So now that I've gotten the how to grow sunflowers written, let's add a little subtitle. And there's templates here for your heading, subheading, and body text, but I don't worry about that too much because I'll be changing the size anyway. Let's say this is an 8-step guide. Again, I'll make it bigger just so I can see what I'm doing, and let's use the font Cardo. And I'll change it to white. Actually, I think I like it better if this bottom text is the same as above. Let's use the font Oswald again. And let's change the spacing some. And I'm going to center it, but I think it needs to be a little bigger. Okay, I think I like that. Now let's move this down some. And I want to put another little subtitle at the top just to give some more context about the pen. And so I'm going to put something at the top that says at home gardening tip. That way people will know This is for someone who's trying to grow sunflowers at home. And now I'm going to change the font to Cardo. And I'll make it a little smaller. And then center it. And let's make a box to go behind this. And then I kind of like that green, but I think I'll go with a black just for more contrast there. There we go. And one last thing that I want to add to this pin graphic, I'm going to copy this at-home gardening tip text box and drag it to the bottom, and then change the text color to white and add a website address, just so that people seeing the graphic will know automatically where it came from. And let's just put a sample website name here, like mywebsite.com. And even though those of you watching probably don't have a gardening blog, I hope that you can see from this example how you can make this style of pin graphic and apply it to your own blog post topics. So I kind of categorized the pin here at the top with the at-home gardening tip, and then I have the post title, and then the website address at the bottom. Now let's make the next pin graphic. And one thing that I like about Canva is if you want to keep all your designs together for a particular project, like for example, all of these pins that are related, instead of creating a separate document, you can just click this Add New Page button. And one thing that I want to mention just about Pinterest marketing, well, Pinterest says that fresh content is any new graphic that you upload to Pinterest. So you can have multiple styles of graphics that all point to the same blog post, and it will still count as fresh content even though they go to the same link. So all of these graphics that I create today are going to be different styles for the same blog post. So the second style of pin that we're going to create is the kind of blocked one with the photo at the top and the color rectangle at the bottom. So the first thing I'll do is go back and choose my photo, and again I chose my photos ahead of time so for the tutorial, so they were already in my recently used area. I think this size looks good. Now I'll drag that up a bit. There we go. And I'm going to change the background color. And again, Canva gave me some recommendations based on the photos that I have, the colors in the photos. And I really like this golden color, so I'll use that. And then let's go back to our first pin and just copy our text. Again, hold one to select multiple text boxes at one time. Click one text box, then hold down the Shift key and click the next box and then the next. And then again, copy is Command C on a Mac or Control C on a Windows, and then to paste, click Command V on a Mac or Control V on a Windows computer. So now I've copied and pasted my title in, and the last thing we need to do is add our website, kind of like I did with this category. For the first one, I want my website to be behind a rectangle, so I'll copy that rectangle in text. But instead of putting a category for this pin style, I'll just put the website address. And let's change the color to match the background color, because I think that would look nice. And we'll make the text a little bigger. That might be too big. I like that. And now for our last style, we're going to do just a solid colored background, and we're going to copy over our title. Again, I'm just clicking with my mouse while holding down the shift key to highlight multiple boxes, and then paste. And one neat thing is that when you're creating multiple graphics for the same blog post, you can change up the title within the pin graphic some just to see what works better. And so for this last one, instead of having a category at the top that says at home gardening, I'm going to try putting the home garden part in my title to see if that works better. And so I'll put in your home garden. Now I'm just expanding this text box so everything fits on one line, and then I'll line it up with the other text boxes and scale it down so that it's the same width as the others, and drag it so that you have about the same amount of space in between each text box. And to add some more contrast, I'm going to change the color of sunflowers to this nice darker color that I saw earlier. Yeah, like that. And we'll drag up this 8-step guide part, and I'll make that brown as well. And then I want to add just a little something to kind of really emphasize the idea that this is a post about gardening, since there isn't a photo. And so this is just something I wanted to do, but you don't have to. I'm going to go to Elements, and then I'll type in gardening can. And I like this can with the little flower in it. I think that's cute. And so I'm just going to add a little icon to the top of the pin graphic. And I'll change the color to match that brown. And now I want to center everything. There we go. And one last thing, I'll add my website box to the bottom again. Just copy and paste. And now that I have my website at the bottom, it makes, even though the title is centered in the canvas with the icon, it makes it look closer to the bottom because there's more empty space at the top. So to fix that, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and move it up some so that it looks more balanced. So there you have it. We just created 3 different pin graphic styles in Canva, and I hope that this was something that's quick and easy for you. And the nice thing is you can save these Canva files and reuse them as your own templates. Or if you have purchased templates from somewhere, I hope you can see how you can change colors and fonts and photos to really make them your own. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more tutorials in the future. Thank you for watching. See you next time.